Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all keeping well and continue to keep well. Maybe by next week we'll be able to get back to shul. We'll see what the wise men of our government decide. Yesterday, I shared with you an idea attributed to the Chatam Sofer, to Rabbi Moshe Sofer, the Rav of Preshburg, the founder of the great Schreiber Sofer dynasty. Today, I want to share with you an idea that his son, who is called the Ktav Sofer, Avram Binyamin Sofer, he succeeded his father as being the Rav in Preshburg. He was a great scholar. We have very many tshuvos from him, shilas tshuvos. But he has a sefer on the Chumash, and he was a great darshan. He used drush. Drush, for many, many centuries, was the staple of Rabbonim. And when they expounded Divrei Torah, especially on the Parsha, so they used drush as the medium. Now, drush is very hard to define, but basically it is the ability to take the words that appear in the text and give them such a meaning, sometimes even a twisted meaning, that they become completely relevant and instructive in a way that we never imagined. Drush takes away the literalness of the text. It allows for great expansion of ideas, of how to look at things. So we know that the Torah is Pardes, Pei, Reish, Dalet, Samach, so Pshat, Remez, Drush, Sod. And the Katav Sofer, the Rav Binyamin Sofer, the Rav of Preshburg, was famous for his drush. And in fact, his Sefer, Ktav Sofer, was used for many generations because of the fact that it contained wonderful vignettes of drush, snapshots of drush, how to be able to look at the psukim in a way different than just the literal meaning of the text. Now, in our time, drush is not that popular. Part of the reason I feel is that there are very few people who are able to deal with it, able to really exploit it, to make it meaningful to others. I grew up in a time yet when drush still existed, and almost all of the Rabbonim of my early youth were famous for being able to give their ideas weight and meaning and relevance by the use of drush in the interpretation of the words of the Torah. So with this introduction, I want to share with you what I feel is a classic piece of drush, which the Ktav Sofer uses in this week's Parsha to bring home an enormously important idea that we would easily overlook if we just followed the literal translation of the words of the Torah. If we just followed even Pshat, we wouldn't see it. But through the lens of Drush, it takes on focus and meaning. In the Torah, it says that the Rabbanu Shalom at Har Sinai gave the Jewish people, so to speak, a mission. He tried to describe to them what their role in civilization would be, why they would be the chosen people. What will make them special, so to speak. So, to a certain extent, he gave them a job description. This is what I expect from you. This is what you're going to be. So the Torah says in the Parsha, V'yishem li sgula mikol ha'amim. You will be unto me a sgula. Sgula is a special gift, a magical gift. We use that word today, it's a sgula for this, a sgula for that. That's a magical gift. So the Jewish people are charged by the Rabbanu Shalom to be a sgula mikol ha'amim. Out of all the nations of the world, we are his magical gift. We're sgula. And then it says, Kili kol haaretz. I have a right to choose you to be the sgula because the whole world belongs to me, so I can pick and choose whoever I want. I can make anybody that I want the sgula. And I can therefore raise you to the level that your mission will be that you'll be sgula mikol ha'amim. Why? Kili kol haaretz, because the world belongs to me. Good, period. And then the Torah starts again, as though it had not said anything before. It says, V'atem tiyu li mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh. And you will be unto me a mamleches kohanim, a kingdom of priests, goy kadosh, and a holy nation. So the Ksav Sofer asks, the Torah should have put it together. V'yishem li sgula mikol ha'amim, mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh, kili kol haaretz. Why did he interrupt in the description of the job that the Jewish people were supposed to accomplish? In the description of the mission of being sgula mikol ha'amim, and mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh, why did he interrupt with kili kol haaretz? The psukim should run one to another. It should be combined into one pasuk. And then the Torah says, Eila hadvorim asher tedaber b'nei Yisrael. These are the words that you should tell the Jewish people. In other words, tell them these two psukim that I have just quoted for you. V'yishem li sgula mikol ha'amim kili kol haaretz. V'atem tiyu li mamleches kohanim v'goy kadosh. Eila advorim asher tedaber b'nei Yisrael. This is what to tell the Jewish people. Rashi says, lo pachot v'lo yoter. Not more, not less. What does that mean? Not more, not less. Moshe all the time. Moshe is not making it up, so to speak. Moshe is never entitled to add. They're never entitled to detract, to say less. The Torah has a lot of lo sosi v'lo sigra. Don't add to what I say and don't detract from what I say. Don't subtract the words that I'm saying. So why does Rashi say here, lo pochos v'lo yosef? So the basic of drush is to set up good questions. So here we have two very good questions. Why they did separate in the challenge to the Jewish people, why did it separate Zgula Mikol Amim from Mamlechas Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh, and in the middle it inserted Kili Kol Haaretz? That's question number one. And question number two is, why does Rashi say here, lo pochos v'lo yosef? Not more, not less. On any posuk in the Torah, Rashi could have written also, lo pochos v'lo yosef. Don't say more, don't say less. We know that if you add to the Torah, you really detract from it. And you're not allowed to. The Sefer Torah is supposed to be complete. You can't add letters, take away letters or words. That invalidates the Sefer Torah. So these are two very good questions. So the Ksav Sofer answers as follows. And this, again, is, to me, an example of classic drush. He says, he said, Zgula Mikol Amim, that's not dependent upon you. That's not the challenge of the Jewish people. That's a statement by God, so to speak. You will be unto me a special people, a magical people, a treasure. Not because you earned it, not because you're so great. I don't give you any reason why I chose you. Kili kol haaretz, the world is mine. I can do what I want. So I don't have to explain that to you, why you're a Zgula Mikol Amim, why Jewish history is different than all other nations, why the Jewish people are manishtano. That's not your concern. So whether you're Zgula Mikol Amim or not is not really up to you. And we see that throughout Jewish history, that the Jews attempt to escape from being Zgula Mikol Amim, and they never are able to succeed. No matter how many times they say, K'chol hagoyim beis Yisrael, we're just like everybody else. We're never like everybody else. The Rebbeinu Sholem retains Kaviyachol, his hold upon us, that we're Zgula Mikol Amim. Why? Kili kol haaretz, because the world belongs to me. That's part of Malchus Shamayim. The kingdom of heaven, God has the right. But the atem, as far as you are concerned, what is your mission? What's your role here? You cannot just be passive that I have chosen you and therefore it's all over. But the atem, you, tiyuli mamlechas kohanim v'goy kadosh, you have to strive to be a kingdom of priests and to be a holy nation. That's your job. And on that, Rashi comments, lo pochos v'lo yosef. The Jewish people are never less than Zgula Mikol Amim, no matter what they do. They can never lose that title. They can never lose that station in civilization. They can never lose that role of being Skula Mikol Ha'amim. Well, Yosir, but there's nothing greater that they can achieve than to be Mamlechas Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh. There is no achievement greater than that. No matter what we do for civilization, it pales what we can do for spirit and for soul and for service of God and to be Mamlechas Kohanim V'Goy Kadosh. And that is what the Torah means when it says, Eile hadvorim asher tedaber b'nei Yisrael, not more and not less. So I want to thank you for listening, and I hope that you'll all stay well. In the Mir Tzim tomorrow, we'll see you again. Kol Tu Selah.